Amazing. So we are recording for those of you that are just popping in now. We've just been catching up on where everybody's tuning in from. We have people from all over the world. We've got Mexico, Jan from Mexico. We've got Monica from Mexico, Marilyn from Miami. From Mexico, Lucia from Miami. We've got Nina tuning in from Denver, Jane from San Francisco. So fantastic. So many amazing people popping on for this class live. And of course, we are recording it for those of you who are going to be watching this recording later, or if you have a friend who's not here, you will definitely be able to share that with them at a later date. Fantastic. Well, as everybody is popping in, we can get this party started. If you haven't already, just typing in the chat where you are tuning in from and what prompted you to start this cleanse. That will help us to get to know each other and provide so much more value in the cleanse. So if you haven't done that already, please do. We've got Kim from Idaho. We've got an intention to return to her whole being to its vibrant, responsive, energized, and clean self. I love that intention. So good. We've got an intention to do a gut reset, menopause, belly getting out of hand. Totally. There are many reasons why people jump in this cleanse. And so we are so happy that all of you are here, no matter what brought you here. Great. So fantastic. We are going to go ahead and dive into our cleanse materials. We have so much value to add in this call today. So we really want to make the most of our morning here together with you guys, as we know that we're all healthy and doing our healthy habits. So we want you to get back to doing your healthy habits and taking a lot away on this prep webinar as we are starting this cleanse together as a group. And we have some amazing resources for you that are going to help you be guided through this process. And so we have many facilitators in this cleanse. So if you've been invited to this group by someone who you don't see speaking on this call, that is because we are an incredible team of wellness advocates, and we have a wonderful, wonderful community of experts who have really taken a lot of time to put a lot of love and energy into our community, whether that's through our WhatsApp chat or through our amazing resources that have just been put together. Especially for you guys, we have two amazing facilitators that have really spearheaded the majority of this work for the cleanse. And in this call, we are going to speak with them. So we've got Megan Newmans and Monica Arenas on here today, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about the self-care rituals and the most important and fun part of the cleanse, which is all of the food, and learning all about that. So I'll let them introduce themselves and share a little bit more about that in just a moment. But first of all, we want to have you guys know that there's going to be a few ways, just some logistical things on how to get information in this cleanse. So the first and most important thing is that the majority of the information for this cleanse is going to be shared with you in that WhatsApp chat. So if you are not already in that WhatsApp chat, you're going to make sure that you are going to want to join that chat so that you can stay updated on all of the information. And that's a great place where you can ask questions, you can share your recipes, you can really be a part of our community. And we believe that in community is where we learn best and where we are the most supported. And so we really want you to take advantage of that in this experience. So if you haven't joined, you're going to want to make sure you do that. And then secondly, we have an amazing team resource as a PDF that is going to be given to all of you guys via link that will be provided in that chat as well. That is going to give you all of the meal plans, the recipes, everything you need to support yourself throughout this cleanse. It's basically like our cleanse master ebook guide. And so we're really excited. Some of you haven't even seen it, so we're excited to share it with you today. I know that it looks amazing. It's fantastic. We've been working very hard on it for several months now. And so we are really looking forward to diving into this with you guys. So with that being said, I'm not sure who's going to be sharing it or if it's me. Okay, Monica's gonna share it. Great. So I'm gonna just pass over the torch to Monica Arenas, who is our licensed dietitian and nutritionist who put together this incredible meal plan, dietary guide for everyone on this journey to really get the most out of their experience with food in this cleanse. And I know I've personally learned so much from her in the past cleanses, and I'm so grateful that she has put this together for us.
Thank you, Jen. And I can absolutely not take all the credit. I know that you and Megan also put in a lot of work. Hi, everyone. My name is Monica. Thanks for that little intro. I'll keep it brief. But yeah, essentially, I've made multiple different types of nutrition and holistic detox programs. So really excited because in the past, I've contributed a lot of my nutrition meal plans. And then this time, Jen, Megan, and I really sat together and got a little deeper into like how we want to make this cleanse, really ours, and what are the values that we bring into it, including biohacking tips. And so we've just really grown this to be such a beautiful work of art. And we're so proud of it. And we're so excited to have you join us in this specific cleanse, because this is a menu and meal plan that's been modified for summer seasonal foods. We're going to talk about seasonal eating, and every season we're going to have different recipes, grocery lists, and meal plans depending on the season that we're in, specifically for people in different regions where you might not have access to certain foods year round. And it's also been shown in studies that they are more nutritionally higher quality foods when they are in season. So for example, summer berries tend to grow in summer. We get more nutritional value from those berries than we do when we pick them and eat them in the winter. So that's a big part of this. And I will be sharing the screen. I do want to talk a couple things because I know there's going to be lots of questions. Please throw them in the chat and or save them for the end. We will open up for questions. We want to get through the ebook. It's about 70 pages. We're not going to read through everything, but we will definitely be going over the most important parts. And so myself, Megan, and Jen will be speaking on different sections from the ebook, but Jen, not sure if you can make me a host and I can start sharing. So really excited. Again, we will share this ebook with you guys later today in the WhatsApp group. Some of the stuff got accidentally deleted, so we had to like revamp some of the recipe things, but all in all, it is done. So we're just finishing up that little typo there, I guess we can call it. So cleanse and restore, biohacking your health. This is a 30-day reset. You also have the option again to do the 50-day reset if you're someone that you feel you're really struggling with parasites. You've been having a lot of digestive issues for some time. 50 days is the ideal time frame for you, and consider doing this seasonally for the next few months, or speak with your practitioner that you've been working with to really go more into specifics. Also, for some of you that do have specific dietary needs and you can't eat some of the foods that are put here, please speak with the person that brought you in or refer them to me. I'm happy to do a little consult with you and go over modifications. Sometimes we can even be eating avocados or carrots or broccoli and realize that we're actually sensitive and or allergic to those foods. So we do want to be intentional about not forcing ourselves to eat foods that cause inflammation and make us feel bad. There's always alternatives. So here we go. A lot of this is for you to read on your own time, so I'm not going to read all of it again, but here's the little welcome. We're so excited to have you here. Here is a table of contents. I know a lot of people want to know, what are we going to eat? What can we eat? What can we not eat? So we just decided to go right into the nutrition basics with this program. And then we want to talk about nutrition habits, which I'll be explaining and going over. Jen will be sharing about the supplements that we're taking and the regimen, exactly the supplement bottle list. And then Megan will be talking a bit about the self-care. And then we have some mindset tips and journal prompts for you guys, as well as meal plans, recipes, and then what to do once you are complete. So I'm going to get right into it. What are the kinds of foods that we want to have on this cleanse? What are the kinds of foods we want to avoid? So this is what you can have. And please don't get locked into the idea of, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't do this, because then our brain is just thinking about everything we can't do. We want to be expansive. We want to consider that this is an opportunity to transform our bodies, transform our health, transform our mind, our brains, our energetic field. So what can we enjoy? What can we have? Also, if you're someone that has food sensitivities, I do recommend a food journal so that you can really pinpoint what are exactly the foods that are causing irritation or any kind of digestive upset. So foods to enjoy, fresh fruits, veggies, ancient starches. So we do want you to have carbs. This is not an Atkins diet. This is not a South Beach diet, but we're going to be strategic about the carbs and what kind of carbs we can have. Ancient starches, quinoas, beans, lentils, potatoes, buckwheat, plantains, and then beverages, lemon water. We don't want caffeine. We'll talk about what we can't have, but caffeine-free teas, lattes, coconut water, kombucha is okay. Also fats, lots of plant-based fats we want to focus on versus animal fats, which tend to be higher in saturated fats. So this whole list right here, and then also fermented foods, we do recommend for you to add these into your diet. You can top your meals with kimchi or sauerkraut, veggie krauts, vinegar, use that as a dressing. And this is just recommendations. You don't need to follow the exact meal plan, but we do recommend if you want to make your own meal plan, if you love throwing down in the kitchen and getting in there and doing your own recipes, use this as a guideline. And then superfoods, we do recommend a lot of the superfoods. And then of course, these are the kinds of sweeteners that you can use: monk fruit, stevia, dates, maple syrup, honey in small quantities. We really want to avoid a lot of added sugars. So foods to avoid, what you cannot have. Oh, sorry, Jan, we're going to delete that part. That was a typo. Thanks for letting us know. I definitely saw that too. So foods to avoid, do your best to omit and or limit these foods. The other ones are what you want to have. So you want to avoid alcohol, processed or added sugars, gluten, bread, wheat, chips, wraps, croutons, croissants, bagels, donuts, cookies, dairy and or dairy derived products. We want to be avoiding that for 30 days. Eggs, we will remove for about 20 days. So about 3 weeks, you will not be having eggs, just to see if you have an egg sensitivity. That tends to be a common thing that we don't realize until we remove it out of our diet. Also, be aware of processed foods. Are you drinking things with little packets that have artificial flavors or natural flavors? Are you having foods that have a lot of ingredients and things that you can't really understand what they are? Like, you want to avoid that. And then of course, industrial oils, we want to be really intentional about that. Soy, canola, corn, palm, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, grapeseed. No coffee, soda, sugary or bubbly drinks. Kombucha does have a little bit of natural bubble, but besides that, even soda water, I err on the side of not, it tends to cause a lot of like gas and reaction in the gut. So we want to give that a break. And then of course, charred, fried, or heavily sauteed or saucy foods. So those are the types of foods that we want to avoid. You can always just print this out and use this as a reference and keep going. If you want to use our meal plan and recipes, then by all means, we invite you to. So nutrition habits. This is my favorite part. So I want to remind you guys, cleansing is more than just a diet. It's about creating the right foundations to support your body's natural detox pathways. These habits will enhance and complement the nutrition and supplement portion of this program. So your body naturally detoxes, but there's habits that we tend to do that sometimes can clog our body and create more of a, let's say, like a energetic blockage and physical blockage. Sometimes it's like when we're overloading with foods or when we're just like eating late at night, like those are things that can actually stop our metabolism and our digestive system from working optimally. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is intermittent fasting. This is really powerful. Now it varies, and this is why we put something about women in fasting. So intermittent fasting we all do it at night, ideally, unless you're like eating in bed kind of thing. You have dinner, you stop eating after dinner, you don't eat again until breakfast. That is called an intermittent fast. Usually people average anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. It depends on the person. So guys in specific, they can fast for 16 hours all the time, no problem. I feel like their system is designed to function really well with that. And then they eat in an 8-hour window. Now, for women, it's a little bit different because we have menstrual cycles and we're more cyclical. And so we really want to honor our body's system and change the hours of windows while we're in different phases of our cycle. So I'm going to go over that in a second. But the first thing I want to show you is an example of windows on the bottom left of times that you would want to eat. So instead of when I can't eat, when can I not eat, when can I eat? Okay, so pick a window, right? So, and you can modify this. You can make this, 10 to 8 p.m. You can make this 11 to 8, 11 to 7. But the point is pick an 8 to 10, maybe even 12-hour window to be eating within and be consistent with that. So for women in fasting, the type of fasting on the follicular phase, which is the first half of your cycle, right after you've finished your menstruation up until you are ovulating. This is usually a 2-week window. You can do an 8-hour window of eating, a little bit more of a restricted fast. Once you've ovulated and you're going into the luteal phase, which is between the last 2 weeks right before you start your bleed, you want to increase your fast to a 12-hour window. You don't need to be as strict. Your body actually needs carbs to get into its natural process. For postmenopausal women, great question, Kim. You can actually do a little bit more of a 16 8-hour window fast, which is a little bit more restrictive with an 8-hour window, and also feel into your body. Really, really see how that feels for you. Okay. More nutrition habits, mindful eating. So I am going to let you guys read this a bit more on your own, but I want to go into the practices to embody for mindful eating, because a lot of us don't realize how emotionally connected we are to food. And a lot of the times we are eating without even realizing that we're eating. We're finishing a whole bag of popcorn and it's like, where did it go? Like, what happened? I was just watching this really good movie, or like, I just drank my whole smoothie in under 5 minutes while I was driving and like having a great time. But like the registration of I just consumed something is missing. So number 1, eat without distractions like watching TV or phone scrolling. I really encourage you to make meal times an experience. So eat sitting down in a comfortable place. Turn the TV off, put on music, light a candle, bring out the nice cutlery, silverware, and like all the pretty things that you have stored in your cabinet, like your finest china. Dinners and meals should be an experience. I really, really believe that. It actually helps the digestive system because it relaxes our body and nervous system and puts us in a state of receiving. If we're in a state of like, gotta go, 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 and we're stressed out and then we're stuffing food in our bodies, it's like a congested highway system in our gut. You don't want a backup flow. So I love decorating the dining table, even small, simple things, a candle, flowers, and of course, give thanks before you start eating your meal. I really like to just honor it. And my friend Heather, who's on this call, taught me to bless the food and say, thank you for the land, thank you to the lands, thank you to the hands, and thank you to the humans that made this food. And so it's something that's really stuck with me. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it's just a thankful thank you for all this food that we're about to take in. And then lastly, plate your food. So finger foods, foods that are in bags, foods that are in containers. Remember, it's like an endless pit. You don't even know how much you're eating until the bag's empty. So we want to avoid that habit and actually put it on a plate, put it in a meal, part of your meal, so that you can visually look at it and also register how much you are eating. Okay, plating. This is important. And I'm going to go over it as best and also as efficiently as I can. The goal is to eat nutrient dense foods. And the goal is also to start supporting our metabolism. And one of the biggest diseases in the world is diabetes. And so diabetes is common because we're eating tons and tons and tons of carbs, chips, breads, desserts, beverages. The list goes on and on and on. I've seen, I use this as an example. You go to Starbucks, you go get breakfast, you grab a latte, you grab a bagel, and that's breakfast. But it's literally just a bunch of carbs with sugar. So we're going to switch out those macronutrients and we're going to start pairing our carbs with protein and or fat. And so the first meal, this is a recommendation in general, and I recommend for you to really look at this and embody this practice so that you can lose weight if you need to and keep the weight off. Meal number one, having a combo of carbs and protein. And you can also mix that with fat, but just remember to have your protein in the morning as well. So you're not just having a bunch of carbs, spiking your blood sugars. Second meal, carbs, proteins, and veggies. So I want everyone to raise their right hand. This would be a portion of protein. It can be eggs. Also for your lunch, it could be animal protein, it could be vegetarian protein. And then take your hand and cup it like this. This is what your carbs would fit inside of. Rice, pasta, potatoes. I know I'm saying it could be a little amount, but make sure it doesn't fall off. Portion control, you guys. You can always serve yourself a little more. Both fists together, put them together. This is your veggie intake. 2 cups of veggies on your plate, half a cup or half a plate of veggies. That's what your lunch would look like ideally. And then for dinner, the difference is we cut out that starch and we replace it with a fat. So that can be your olive oils, it can be your nuts, it can be seeds, it can be avocado. So we want to cut back on the carbs unless you're going to go dancing or you're going to go out and you need a little extra energy. If you're just going to stay at home and read a book, do you need all those carbs? Probably not. Carbs are for exercise. Carbs are for energy. So we want to be really intentional with that. And that's going to make a huge difference on your blood sugar, your metabolism, and keeping your body at a healthy balance. Okay. We're going to take an oath to not eat junk carbs. Well, that's on you if you just you signed up to not do it.
I thought we were raising our hand to be like, I solemnly swear I will not eat the bag of chips for the entire class. I thought you were going to have everyone raise their hand for an oath, which could be fun too.
We might do an oath at the
I
end.
like the portions better, Monica.
I like it. So mini meals, snacks. A lot of us confuse snacks with junk. Snacks are meant to be mini meals. When I say mini meals, it's foods that are coming from the foods that are listed in meal 1, 2, and 3. It's just a much smaller portion. There's going to be a really big difference in your energy if you eat 2 hard-boiled eggs mixed with some hummus on either rice cakes or with some celery sticks versus eating a bag of chips or eating a bag of popcorn or eating or having a beverage, right? It's like sugar spike versus having some protein versus having some fiber. So your snacks or mini meals are going to constitute of the foods that were just listed up here. And that's what we've provided for you guys in the meal plan. Just so you know, all of these concepts are put into the meal plan, but of course you can just take this concept and make your own decisions and make your own meals using that. But this is my suggestions. This is how I've helped a lot of people lose excess body fat and also regulate their blood sugars and really help get their digestion back on a healthy track. A little bit more on nutrition habits because this is my thing. And I am such a big advocate for intuitive eating and connecting with our body's signals. So part of our mindful eating practice includes listening to what your body needs. And so when I ask my clients, I'm like, what does hunger feel like for you? What does fullness feel like for you? I get a very big range of answers. There's no right or wrong answer. As you can tell, it's a scale. It's like 5 different hunger options, 4 or 5 different fullness options. And then we have neutral in the middle. That's after you've eaten breakfast and you don't even think about food for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours until all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Or you could be famished or starving. It really depends on the last meal that you ate, how much you've moved, and some physiological things can affect this, but also it's going to depend on you and like what's going on in your world. So if you wait too long to eat, you're going to get into this red zone of starving and being hangry, and chances are you're just going to devour everything that comes into your field. And also be aware of that. Like, am I waiting too long to eat? Am I constantly in a hunger state? The other side of this is fullness. So how fast are you eating a meal? Are you eating a meal in like 5 minutes? Are you eating a meal in 20 minutes? Are you part of the clean plate club where you just like eat absolutely everything? Can we leave a few bites? Do we need all of that food served to us? Because the truth is you can't control how much food is served to you. You can't always control at restaurants or at buffets or, when you get the buy one, get one stuff, like, but you can control what you put into your body. And the only way that you'll ever really know how much you need is by asking your body, how full am I? How much more do I need to eat before I'm hitting that red zone of being overfull or stuffed? That's a really uncomfortable feeling. So is starving and being absolutely empty. We want to avoid these red zones and kind of hang out in the more 2.5 to 7.5 range, which is like a yellow zone. And it's enough to say, hey, I need to sit down and nourish. And also, hey, maybe I can save this half of my burrito for a later time versus just eating it all because it was served to me. And again, this is a lifestyle habit that it takes a while to like really embody. So this is a scale that you can screenshot, you can save, you can practice. And I describe it here in writing a bit more. And lastly, hydration. So this is really important because we need water in our body to help with all metabolic functions, with our brain functions, with everything. So we need to be drinking a lot of water. This is making me thirsty just talking about it. And the goal is going to be to drink baseline 2 to 2.5 liters of water. Now I aim for 3 to 4. So I put this up here. Hydrating goals. The baseline is 2 liters. The goal is 3 to 4. We want to increase your water intake in this program. We want you to drink at least a liter of water in the morning. Just like go for it. Hydrate your skin, hydrate your metabolism, hydrate your body, get going with water. Then you don't have to think as much about it. And then drink water between meals, not during meals. And feel free to add lemon oil or fresh lemon squeezed into your water. Don't use seasoning or flavoring packets. Don't do Crystal Light. Like all of that is chemicals. Chemicals cause cravings. All those chemicals are just going to make you crave more chemicals and more processed foods. So step away from that and have fresh stuff. And then keep a water bottle with you so that you can really measure how much you're consuming, and you can tell exactly how much you've had for the day. I also like to use electrolytes. We wrote a little bit about here. I've become pretty obsessed with electrolytes because I've realized how much I'm still dehydrated. It's really hot where I live. It's like I'm sweating all the time. I'm working out all the time, and my skin sometimes feels really dry. So I'm on a hydration kick, like topically, just moisturizing all the time and also drinking more water with electrolytes so that it can be better absorbed into my body. I'm going to let Jen share about the supplements. We do have a chart to simplify it. And so that's what primarily we'll focus on, and I'll pass the mic over. So thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Monica, for all of that amazing mindful eating practices. So helpful to really think differently about how we eat, why we eat, when we eat. And I found those practices to be very helpful over the years. So let's talk a little bit about the supplements. So food obviously is the foundation of this cleanse. And then our second pillar, and really what's doing the heavy lifting of this cleanse, is going to be our supplements. So hopefully all of you have received your supplements by now, which means that you can organize them over this weekend and you can get them ready to start on Monday. So we're going to explain a little bit about what are all these pills that you're taking and what are some tips on how to take them so that it's a little bit easier. So many people are maybe not accustomed to taking this many supplements every single day. And one of the most important things when taking supplements is that mindset of, why am I taking this? And so just the same way we have that mindfulness around eating and gratitude, I like to have that with my supplements too, because the truth is that our supplements are nourishing us and they're supporting us throughout this cleanse. And so when you take them, if you can not think of like, oh gosh, I just have so many pills to take, but rather invite yourself to experience a higher level of nourishment from taking these supplements, it will be a lot easier to experience the receiving of those supplements, right? So the supplements are going to be basically what came in your box, ideally, plus one bottle of Terrazyme, hopefully. And some of you have opted into the extra benefits of the inflammatory support with the turmeric. So you can also add that in if you haven't already. We love adding turmeric into this cleanse because it's so good for our, just in general, inflammatory response and supporting our body. But for this purposes of this part of the cleanse, we're just going to go over what comes in your box. Okay. So this is a great overview because the supplements on the left are going to be what you're taking every single day. And then the supplements on the right are the ones that are the activating, the heavy hitters for this particular phase of the cleanse, 1, 2, and 3, that we're going to go into more detail in just a moment. So let's really talk about some of the supplements that are the foundation of our basic cleanse. And of course, just as a reminder, for those of you who are embarking on the 50-day cleanse, if you travel a lot to foreign countries, if you swim in rivers and lakes, if you tend to eat a lot of fresh fruits and veggies, if you tend to eat pork, if you are someone who has dogs and cats, you are more likely exposed to more parasites, in which case you would want to start on the 50-day cleanse, because the parasites, once they are dying off, they have the tendency to, this is kind of gross, so sorry. They have the tendency to want to preserve themselves by laying eggs, in which case we won't be able to kill off those in that second phase of the cleanse. You'll need to repeat that. So if you are someone that does any of those things, I know a lot of us are, including me, then you will definitely want to consider doing the 50-day cleanse just to make sure that everything is clean and restored in your body, as parasites can be a really big issue for a lot of health concerns that we may not even realize because they're just lurking there in our gut. So scrolling down, we're going to look a little bit more at the actual tracker. So this is a tracker. We recommend that you guys save it on your phone, print it out, put it on your fridge, whatever you need to do to make yourself organized. But this is the little bubbles will take you through the process of what exactly you need to take every single day and when to take it. So this is very helpful because you are going to want to make sure that you're taking all of your supplements every single day, because this is part of the cleanse. So of course, if there's some random day that you forget to take it or you took it later than you thought you would, that's okay. Just make sure that you get back on track the next day as soon as you can. So the main thing that we're going to be doing in this cleanse is our Terrazyme supplements. This is our digestive enzymes, and you are going to want to take these all the time. You're going to want to take them first thing in the morning with breakfast, lunch, with your evening meal, and then once again right before we go to bed. So this is why we need 2 bottles in the cleanse. So if for any reason you did not get 2 bottles, go log in your doTERRA account, put another bottle of Terrazymes in because this really makes a huge difference in the cleanse to helping everything be absorbed and helping your body to release all of those excess toxins. So Terrazymes digestive enzymes are really the foundation of everything. We want you to be taking them. If you are eating a heavier meal, you can take 2 or 3 of these to help support your body to digest even better. So Terrazymes are our best friend and a foundation for the cleanse. Second is our lemon essential oil. This is going to be added to your water all throughout the day. And you can put it in a stainless steel or a glass container, and that is going to ensure that you're getting maximum detox benefits. This lemon supports our alkalinity, it supports our liver to help produce glutathione, and in general is just going to help your body to release all of these things that we're pulling out of your cells. Next up for our daily foundations is our lifelong vitality pack. So this is what comes in that box that you guys are going to get, or you have it already, the white box, right? And has 3 supplements inside of that. And this is our daily foundation. This is our micro and macronutrients that we need. This is 22 vitamins and minerals in the microplex. We like to think of it as salad in a bottle. So this is going to give you everything that you need for your cells to function properly. The Alpha CRS is a cellular antioxidant blend, and this is going to help your body to reduce inflammation and also to get rid of those toxins. So it has things like milk thistle, turmeric, and these are going to help support your liver and help your body to function on a cellular level better. And then lastly, we have our omegas, 3, 6s, and 9s. This is really important for our brain function, our skin health, our cardiovascular health, and so much more. And also, this is combined with our I'm just going to turn that off for a second. This is combined with our tummy tamer blend and actually has essential oils in it. So it's going to also help reduce puffiness and bloating and support our body. And we also are taking the Zendocrine capsules. This is an herbal complex that is really designed to help our body bind to the toxins that we're going to be pulling out of our cells and release it out of our bodies. And this is going to be a staple throughout the cleanse and even one that you can continue to take after if you like. And then we're going into those first phases. So I'll explain these as we go down since it goes into a little bit more in depth today. But in general, right, why are we supplementing is because our food isn't enough anymore. There's a statistic that one single orange we would have to eat 18 of them in order to get the same nutritional benefits that our grandparents would eat. And so it is really important that we supplement, which is why this is so important in the cleanse. You can scroll down. You guys can read this more in detail because you're going to get a copy of this, right? So I explained about all of these supplements, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Terrazyme, and the lemon, which are going to be our daily foundations, as well as the Zendocrine complex. And of course, the turmeric is an optional add-on. And talking about phase 1, which is going to be all about our liver and elimination, the Zendocrine soft gels is really doing the heavy lifting. So this is a essential oil blend of tangerine, rosemary, geranium, juniper berry, and cilantro. And these are really designed to help pull toxins out of the body, specifically working with heavy metals and things that could be stored in fat cells and allowing them to be pulled out of your cells so that we can then release them, which is where that Zendocrine complex comes in as a binder to pull them out of your body. You can scroll down. And phase 2 is where we are really eliminating toxins, right? So as we have spoken about before in our welcome webinars and things of that, like that, the gut is the second brain, and there's a deep connection with our microbiome and what is happening physically and emotionally in our bodies. So the second phase I like to think about is like the kill phase, which I personally like because I like to think of all of the bad things dying off and living my own hero's journey in my gut. And the GX Assist is really our key superhero supplement in this phase that is a very powerful killer of all of the bad things that we need, the pathogens. That is the candida, the parasites, the unwanted microbes that may be lurking in our guts, fungus, right? So this has caprylic acid and the essential oils of oregano, tea tree, lemon, peppermint, lemongrass, and thyme. And it is very good at killing. So enjoy that phase. It's going to be great. You're going to feel so light after you get done. And then lastly, in the third part of our cleanse, we really want to restore and replenish the microbiome as we have wiped out the bad bacteria. And now we want to build up the good bacteria in our gut and increase the ratio here. So DDR prime, which stands for damaged DNA repair, is our star of the supplements for the last phase of the cleanse, which basically supports the reduction of free radicals in the body and helps create a healthy inflammatory response. And so this has also a blend of incredible essential oils like clove, summer savory, nioli, lemon, and lemongrass that are going to do that for us in the body. And of course, we would not be complete rebuilding our microbiome if we weren't using a probiotic and a gut repairing probiome complex. So the last supplement that we're going to be using, you can scroll down, is the PB Restore, which is the last part of our cleanse, which is arguably the most important besides Terrazymes. Actually, they're all important. I don't know. That's why we have to take them all together in this cleanse. We can't omit any of them because they really are that powerful. So PB Restore is not your average probiotic. It's so much more than that. It's actually a prebiotic, a postbiotic, and it has bacteriophages that can help recreate that microbiome and restore the microbial diversity, which is what your gut needs in order to thrive. So in this, we have over 22 active cultures. We have from 22 different strains and over 18 billion CFUs. So in my opinion, this is the most effective probiotic that I've seen on the market that has the most diverse microbes and in my opinion really works the best. And so I'm so glad that we get to take this throughout the cleanse, and we recommend to continue taking it after the cleanse to keep your good gut microbes fighting the good fight and winning. And I think that is it in terms of all of the supplements. So you guys can read about them in more detail here, as well as we have some links to the doTERRA site that can give you more insight on the supplements if you want to learn even more, because there's so much to learn about every natural ingredient. With that being said, I will turn it over to foodie and self-care ritual queen, Megan Newmans, who is the master of all self-care rituals and also an incredible nutritionist and chef who has created so many amazing recipes that I know every time I look at her meals, I'm like, dang, I wish I lived with Megan because she's always cooking something so delicious. True story. That's why I like to go on vacation with these girls because they always eat really, really well. So I'm like, guys, feed me. Yes. So good. So let's hear from Meg all about how to nourish ourselves and support ourselves.
I was just typing that in. I'm like, vacations with Megan are the best.
I know.
Yes.
Foodie Meg has the best spots and is always willing to prepare all the meals.
I would definitely agree with Monica when we say that every meal is an occasion. I had just uploaded my last post on Instagram, just some videos of my meals from my camera roll, so you can go and see and get a little inspiration. But yeah, how we fuel ourselves and how we take care of ourselves really just determines our overall health and our experience of this life. And my self-care journey started when I became a doTERRA wellness advocate, because prior to that, I was working full-time as a fitness instructor, and I was waking up, 6 a.m. to go train clients at 7 a.m. And I never had a self-care routine for myself other than put my hair in a bun, brush my teeth, splash some water on my face, and go out the door. So I've had to really dive into self-care at the beginning of my journey, turning to holistic lifestyle when I was suffering from gut issues, which led to skin issues. And I really developed a lot of these practices trying to heal from the inside out. And I had done this cleanse. I have done the 50-day cleanse and doing, food elimination diet with the cleanse. And I have been able to overcome that. And this is what I love to share. So if you want to move on to the next slide. So we really want you to, for these 30 days, go all in on creating time for yourself to do this. And for me, it happens earlier in the morning And then to make that happen, early morning self-care, it's like how I need to go to bed at a certain time so I can wake up and do this. And if I wake up later, if I go to bed later and I wake up later, some of these practices go out the window. And so just really setting yourself up from the night before. So we're going to be detoxing our body through these lymphatic practice, through these Ayurvedic techniques, starting with our oral care. So we want you to get a tongue scraper. If you don't have a tongue scraper, you could use a spoon, and you flip the spoon and you want to scrape your tongue from back to front. And we are scraping off what's called alma. Alma is an Ayurvedic term, which really is the toxic overload that we're exposed throughout the day, and our body's processing that. And if you are not accustomed to tongue scraping yet, start this as an every single day practice, even after the cleanse, because that toxic buildup, if you're not scraping it off, it's being reabsorbed into your body. And the goal of this cleanse is to release stored toxins. So oral care, tongue scraping, and then you can practice oil pulling. Now, this isn't something that I personally do every single day, but you can put it in throughout your week, and it's really going to be up to you. Oil pulling, you can use sesame oil or coconut oil. You take a spoonful of that. I like to add some essential oils. I like the On Guard blend or clove or peppermint, and you swish it in your mouth, essentially like mouthwash. When you're done with that for like 10 to 20 minutes, you could be doing some of your other, preparatory things in the morning while you're doing your oil pulling. Then you want to spit it into the trash can, and then you'll finish with brushing your teeth, flossing. We love the On Guard and the Supermint toothpaste, and I recommend these natural toothpaste because it's staying away from fluoride. Next is working on our mental care and our visualization. So your meditation, your visualization of what outcome you want for this cleanse, your visualization of how you want the day to go. What am I having for meals? Where am I, fitting in my water? What am I doing for exercise? You can incorporate breathing exercises, anything to help lower your stress levels. For breathing exercises, I love the Breathe Essential Oil and Peppermint. So you can be, if you have essential oils, adding these throughout your self-care rituals. Go next slide, please. And then that brings us to our body care. So movement, moving your body, in terms of yoga, flexibility, strength training. It's going to be a combination of all of this that really helps flush, detox, strengthen. And you want to find what's enjoyable to you so you actually do it. Hey, maybe you want to do some exercise dates with friends so you can plan it in. And I would put this into your calendar as an appointment for yourself. And we also want to be able to expose ourselves to the sun, go connect with nature. You can do grounding practices, barefoot grounding to the earth. I love seeing the sunrise and the sunset. Not that I'm going to the beach every day to see the sunrise, but I wake up in the morning and I go out on my balcony and I see the sunrise, and I just get that into my eyes because that sets up your circadian rhythm, which is going to help you sleep better at night. Okay, next. And then comes with our lymphatic practices, skincare, so dry body brushing. When you do dry brushing, this is a way to stimulate lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is our detoxification system. The lymph doesn't have a pump, so we pump it ourselves. You guys, I just bought a mini trampoline on Amazon Prime Day. So I've been like putting on a couple songs in the morning and jumping on my trampoline in the house, and it's just like so much fun. I grew up on a trampoline doing flips and jumping off the roof onto the trampoline. And so it's just like brings me back to being a kid. When you're doing dry brushing, you can add essential oils to your dry brush. So for those of you who are looking for fat loss or reducing cellulite, I recommend adding the MetaPower blend of essential oils. It does contain citrus in that blend, so please do your dry brushing at night because you want to avoid citrus and going directly into the sun. Another great oil to add to your dry brush is the Zendocrine oil, which is our detoxification blend. You do have the Zendocrine gel supplements that we're using for the cleanse. Epsom salts, baths, and foot detoxes. This is a way that your body can help absorb more magnesium. It's a self-care ritual. You can add essential oils to your bath. You could do foot soaks. adding essential oils, also Epsom salts. So just taking care of yourself is going to be the enjoyable part of your cleanse. Next slide. And then it takes us into our mindset.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about mindset. There is so much to unpack when we are looking deeper into our physical body. And as we are releasing, as we're letting go of some of these toxins and we're working with specific organs, emotional things happen, right? And so we want to set you guys up for success in terms of your mindset throughout this cleanse and allow you to have the opportunity to go a little deeper with yourself, love yourself a little more, and approach this cleanse with an open heart and an open mind. So many of you already typed your intention for this cleanse in the chat of why you are doing this cleanse and what you would like to receive out of the cleanse. We also encourage you to type that into our WhatsApp chat and share it with our community, because when we write things down, it really helps us to create that expression and realize it more easily. So in the first phase of the cleanse, you can scroll down, we are going to be diving into really looking at some emotions, stored emotions that might come up. So as we mentioned, that in this cleanse, it's more than just a physical cleanse. It's actually it can be a spiritual experience or a mindful experience as well. And so in Chinese medicine, the first phase of the cleanse, we're really dealing with the kidney and the liver. And the kidney is really known as the root of life, which governs essential life functions and sorting out our vital essence or our qi. And the liver is known as the general, which instills that smooth flow of energy in our body and is often associated with anger. So if you are in the first phase of the cleanse experiencing some fear or some anger and emotions that come up, it's totally normal. It's okay. And we are going to invite you to be aware of those emotions and take some mindfulness practices just to support your body as things are bubbling up and then releasing out throughout this cleanse. So it's really important that we honor whatever your experience is, whether it's physical or emotional or a bit of both, because everything is connected throughout this experience. So we would love for you to consider, please scroll down, some affirmations and some journal prompts as you are going through this process. So acknowledging, releasing fear and anger in the first phase of our cleanse is going to be crucial. And some affirmations that you can repeat to yourself throughout this cleanse are: I am present with my emotions and I observe them without judgment. I nourish my body and mind with kindness and balance. I trust the process and embrace emotional harmony. I release fear and welcome and encourage stability. I acknowledge my anger and I transform it into positive action. So doing whatever you need to do to release and express, experience, and let go, whether that's talking to a counselor, whether that is moving your body, taking a meditation, going for a run, whatever it is that can help support you. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's boxing, or maybe it's listening to heavy metal, whatever it is, your expression of those emotions is okay for you. And then we're going to continue scrolling down. We also have given you some journal prompts to help support you through that process as things come up. So we recommend if you're in one of those moments where you're feeling a lot of emotions, grab these journal prompts and a notebook. There's not much space to write here because we wanted to make the ebook as concise as possible, but we encourage you to grab your notebook and expand on them, or take one prompt a day in each phase of the cleanse, each day of each phase of the cleanse. And that will help give you a guideline of a baseline of what to experience in yourself and allow yourself to feel those feelings, right? Okay, and then working into phase two. Phase two is all about releasing and letting go of what might be stored in our gut, right? So this idea of letting go, this idea of loss, this idea of release, and this experience of not holding on anymore, right? So that can be an emotional experience for us in this process. So you may experience things like some anxiety. You might experience some feeling of nakedness or something, right? You're missing something because we're letting go of some of this heaviness that we've been holding for so long. And this can also affect we're really cutting ties, right? We're cutting ties to the toxic in this phase. And so that might be toxic patterns in your life. That might be toxic emotions. That might be toxic relationships in your life. So being open to the idea of release and what can happen in that process. Sometimes it's not always super clean. So that's okay. And that is part of the journey. And so we invite us to openly release that which no longer serves and trust our body in the process. So we've got some great affirmations for you for this part of the cleanse to aid you in that experience. And then lastly, we have our journal prompts for phase 2. And then lastly, in phase 3, we have our rebuilding and nourishing phase. So this is all about restoring, repairing, reclaiming, building, and creating that stable foundation, which is really connected to the earth element and that energy of kindness and that energy of gratitude. So as you finish out the cleanse, we have some great affirmations such as I cultivate stability and grounding, creating a strong foundation. And I nurture and nourish my body with care and kindness. Things like this that are going to really support us in the third phase of the cleanse to rebuild and to create that new stable foundation after we've released what no longer serves. And then lastly, we've got some great journal prompts for you to explore these concepts a little deeper and love on yourself a little more. And of course, we're available in the chat as things that come up. You know, your ex calls you out of nowhere, or your ex business partner or something happens in the cleanse. You're like, what? Obviously, we're not therapists. We're not there to help you if you have a more severe emotional, mental situation going on. Please speak with a professional. But we are here to support you guys as weird things happen throughout the cleanse. So, next, meal planning.
I love what you say about weird things happening because the truth is a lot of things come up when we are in a deeper process. Like, you have to consider that this is like also a deep spiritual journey to like decide and say, like, I'm going to cleanse my body. And it's exactly what you're saying, Jen. Like, a lot of skeletons can start to come out of the closet and like really interesting scenarios can happen. So, we say it jokingly, but also like, just don't be surprised if you find yourself in like really crazy life changing scenarios. And like, sometimes it is easy to want to just go right into like, eating. And that's something to really explore. Okay. So let's talk a little bit, about, let's go into the meal plans. Okay. So of course, this is optional, but I think for someone that maybe wants a little bit of guidance, this is your go-to meal plan. And we've tried to add as much variety and also practicality because not all of us have the ability to be in the kitchen all the time. So there is some double recipes here for you to have 2 batches made of everything. You can eat it 2 days in a row. And then, also if you want to swap, let's say you want to do scallops and that's like your 4th meal for the day, you can have those leftovers for lunch and then do something different for dinner. So just know, you can play and mix and match. Just try to have your carbs with lunch, and then for dinner, no starches unless you really feel like you need it. Also, I put an asterisk for meal number 3 because this is a mini meal. This is more of a snack size to hold you over it. This is going to depend on you, on how many meals you need a day. Everyone is different. Minimum 2, ideally 3. Again, portions are also up to you. We've created the portions for 2 meals, not breakfast, mainly lunches and dinners, so that you can be more practical and efficient in the kitchen. So, okay. We're going to send the rest of the ebook, Jen, in the WhatsApp group after this call. So this is it. This is meal plan phase 1. And then this would be your grocery list, what you'll be working with. Meal plan phase 2, going more into the detox part. We again, want to be like consistent, but also give you a little bit of variety. And then this is your grocery list. And then phase 3, we'll start adding eggs. So you'll start noticing some eggs in here. Again, we really focused on having more summer-based foods in here. And this is your grocery list. And then we have our recipes. So this is this is the big chunk of the book where there's going to be a lot of pages. So I'm just going to kind of skim through it because you're going to be able to really sit down and like read through it. And again, like you can mix and match things and like tweak things as you want, you know, really listen to your body, but you can just read this on your own time. Okay. Let's drop into the post cleanse detox and like what we're going to do after. Meg, if you want to take over.
So what I love about this cleanse is that it's really setting us up for a lot of healthy habits that we can carry on as a lifestyle. And some of you may be coming into the 30 days and some of you may be continuing on to the 50 days. So go ahead and scroll down. You may have, if you're on the 30 days, you may have some leftover supplements. So we're going to give you some advice for that. But what to take post detox. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the 3-pack of vitamins that we went over in the beginning, this is the baseline to tie up the loose ends, what we're not getting in a day from our nutrition. And this is a supplement pack that was created for any healthy adult. And it's what you're going to want to continue on twice a day, 2 meals a day, called LLV. That is your 3-pack supplements. And then the PB Restore is your probiotic. This is a great healthy everyday supplement as well as the tumor or the Terrazyme. Terrazyme, the digestive enzymes, I take that with all of my meals, whether I'm on the cleanse or not. And the turmeric dual caps are also great to stay on because we all, you know, have various levels of inflammation in our life. It helps with pain, it helps with detox, it helps with digestive support as well. So that's in my supplement case. My husband takes that no matter what. So it's going to be an easy transition. Next page is going to show some of these supplements that you may have left over if you're just on the 30-day. The Zendocrine Complex and the soft gels. These are what keeps our detox pathways open. And these are everyday supplements that you can continue on if you have leftovers. If you're doing the 50-day, you're going to want to order a second bottle to continue on to finish out. And for those of you who are new to doTERRA, by purchasing your cleanse kit, you have access to 25% off of everything in doTERRA for a whole entire year. And so you'll want to get with your wellness advocate who enrolled you to learn how you can set up your loyalty rewards program. And that is a monthly order where you're able to earn rewards points for your purchase. And so you'll want to get yourself set up for the 50-day supplements on your order this month of August. The GX Assist, that's what we use during the gut cleanse portion. If you have extra of these, you could take this. Let's say you indulge or you have alcohol or a really heavy or a greasy meal. You could take those as like a one-time, you know, like one day that you feel like you need that extra support to cleanse. And there's times where you may feel like, I did this cleanse. Maybe it's a month or two down the line and I traveled. I kind of want to just get back on track. You could do a 10-day round of GX Assist and then follow that up with a 10-day round of the PB Restore. Definitely talk to your wellness advocate if you feel like you want to go through that at any time later post cleanse. And then we have our DDR Prime. This is our DNA damage repair. If you're doing the 50-day, you'll want to continue from days 41 to 50. If you have extra, you can just take these on the daily because this is a supplement that helps to fight against free radical damage and oxidation. So great supplement just for everyday use. And then other products that we recommend to incorporate post detox that's going to support your metabolism, your gut health, and hydration levels. Bringing in the MetaPower Collagen. The MetaPower Collagen came out 2 years ago. It's an award-winning collagen. And I always say it's collagen plus, 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 plus. because it has like 12 synergistic ingredients added into the collagen. It's a marine source collagen. It's considered tripeptide, which means the molecules are really small and they work intracellularly first, unlike certain powdered collagens that really have to be digested through the gut. And it's kind of like an expensive type of chicken breast. When you're taking the MetaPower collagen, it's recommended to take on an empty stomach. I like to wake up in the morning and have my glass of water with my citrus essential oils, and then the next thing I drink is my collagen. It's recommended to consume the collagen at least 1 hour away from consuming a meal with fiber. So it depends. If you feel like you wake up and you eat right away, you might want to take your collagen in between meals, in between lunch and dinner, in between dinner or lunch, or even at night before bed. It really just depends on you and your lifestyle. But when you mix the collagen, 5 to 8 ounces of water, you want to drink it right away. And that's because think about oxidation levels. Let's say we slice a banana and we leave it on the counter. We go take a shower, we come back and we already see it start to brown. That's what's going to happen if you let your collagen sit too long. If you're sipping on it like a mocktail, you just want to like take it as a shooter. It has NAD added, which is it has NMN added, which helps uptake our NAD levels. And if you don't know what that is, NAD is a molecule in our body that's responsible for our youth and our longevity of our cells. So this is essentially a way that you can start to anti-age or reverse the age of your cells and turn back your biological clock. So really great supplement. It's going to help with your skin, your hair, your nails, muscle recovery. It's going to help with managing your weight, curbing cravings. Incredible, incredible supplement. The PB Assist. Oh, PB Assist Plus. If you look at that little photo, you see the hand holding these sachets, these little packets. PB Assist Plus was formulated for the entire family. Children can take it on its own as their probiotic supplement. Adults are recommended to combine the PB Restore capsules with the PB Assist sachet. Because these two supplements contain different strains of probiotics, it's beneficial for us to get all types of different strains. We're getting them from our probiotic rich foods and we're getting them in supplement form. Now, this is something really great. If you are on this cleanse and you have a sweet tooth and you're like, no sweets for this cleanse, you can go ahead and order your PB Assist packets because it's a little sweet treat. You basically take it like a pixie stick. So that comes in handy, when you're like, I just want a little something, and this is like good for you. So I prefer to combine this with my PB Restore supplement. You take it. It's recommended to take before a meal that contains a healthy fat. It's going to be the best way that these two ingredients are absorbed in the body. And then on the right, we're highlighting the Recharge electrolytes. I absolutely love these electrolytes. They come in a wild strawberry flavor and a lemon lime. Myself and my husband, we add this 2 packs a day into our water. We're drinking a lot more water. I ran out of them recently and I went back. I had some old electrolytes in my cupboard and I went back to drink those while my order was coming in. And I was like, I don't like this as much. Like these taste really good. So that's something that you can even add in during the cleanse if you're doing another order. But those 3 products, they come bundled. They come bundled in the Power Pack. So if you're on your doTERRA website, you can search Power Pack and you're going to see them bundled for a discount. And then next, we're going to talk about the perks that are available to you as a new doTERRA member. So what's cool is when you buy your supplement kit or you buy even just one oil from doTERRA, you get access to the wholesale prices. You become a wholesale member for free. For a whole entire year, you can shop and save on the website. Think of like Costco, right? You spend $50 to get a Costco membership and you get to shop the bulk discounts all year round. That's just like doTERRA, but you get that access for free. When your year is up, you can opt in to renewing your membership. It's a $25 charge, but you get gifted a free bottle of peppermint, which is like $26. So you're essentially not really paying out of pocket. You're getting an oil for that. Second cool thing about the member perks, like I mentioned, the loyalty rewards program, that's a monthly order that you can opt into. And we do recommend that because that's the opportunity for you to earn doTERRA dollars for your purchases. When you look on the website, you're going to see that the products, they have a dollar amount and they have a PV amount. So PV stands for point value, and everything in doTERRA is calculated upon PV. So when you're ordering 50 PV per month, that's when you start to earn points back for your purchases. So it's very easy to spend the 50 PV when you start to look around your home and you think of doTERRA becoming your household name brand. Like we have shampoo, conditioner, we've got laundry detergent, laundry pods, essential oils, skincare, deodorant, like anything that you're buying from the store, start to buy from doTERRA. You get it shipped to your house, and then it's a clean product because we do third-party testing on all of our products. So it becomes this one-stop shop, and then you start to rack up your doTERRA dollars, you rack up your points, and you can cash them in for like the fancy oils like rose, yarrow palm, Hawaiian sandalwood, and treat yourself. As a wellness advocate, I'm accustomed to spending 100 PV per month. When you're new, you start earning 10% back in points, but as time goes on, you accumulate to 30% back. So every time that I spend 100 PV to keep my business up and running, I get paid 30 doTERRA dollars back on my order. So I essentially spend $70 out of my pocket. I can get a free oil every time. Third cool thing is exclusive promotions. You're going to see that when you order on your loyalty rewards, you have the option to join the free oil of the month club. You can get a free oil of the month when you spend 125 PV on your monthly order before the 15th of the month. You can get up to 12 oils for free per year. And what's really awesome is that a lot of these oils are specialty. Some of them are collector's items that you can't purchase, you can only earn. Number 4 is continuing education. So we are a community that does ongoing webinars. We have our social channels like our WhatsApp chat. We have our Instagram page, our Facebook page, and it's really about educating and learning as you go. Number 5 is our community support. When you enroll with doTERRA with your wellness advocate, you want to make sure you hit them up for your wellness consultation. This is essentially a free health coaching session that you get to zero in on your specific needs for yourself and your family, where you can ask questions, you can get plugged into all of the resources. A newer thing in doTERRA, number 6, is our Refer a Friend program. When you log into your doTERRA site, there's going to be a pop-up that will say like, refer a friend, get your link. But if you don't see that pop-up on your little icon, there's a drop down, and at the bottom it says, get my link. And if you share that link with a friend and family member and they purchase from your link, they become a member, accessing 25% off for the whole entire year, and you get a commission. You earn 20% commission on what they order, and that's paid to you in doTERRA dollars. I like to think of that as in-store credit, separate from the doTERRA dollars, the points that you earn on your loyalty rewards. In-store credit can be used to expedite shipping. You can get free, use it on diffusers. You can use it on your convention ticket and come to our convention with us this year. 7th cool thing is starting a wellness business of your own. So if you're on this call and you're like, oh man, I really wish I was working in wellness. I want to guide people like this. I want to work with the team. You have the option to upgrade your account for free from wholesale customer to wellness advocate, and then start to access 5 different ways to get paid. If you want to be a wellness advocate with us, definitely talk to the wellness advocate who enrolled you, and we'll welcome you into our community support. We have a whole business training. We do weekly mentor calls, and it's something that you'll grow into and be supported along the way, which is amazing. And like Monica and Jen and I were just like so proud of ourselves for like putting this together and getting it all done. And it's just like so cool to have a team to work with and like be able to lean on each other's strengths for different areas. So that's been a huge blessing in my life. And then lastly, you do have access to come to the company events every year. We have our annual conventions. It's in September this year. It's all about product education, training, really learning about the latest in health and wellness. And then if you are a wellness advocate, you do have access at certain levels to join our annual business training too. It's called the Leadership. So we're really happy to have you here and take advantage of everything that's available to you. And, this is going to be your congratulations at the end. So step into this and really seeing yourself getting the results that you wanted from this. And it's really about what you put in, so what you're going to get out. You have us to lean on. You have a whole community to be sharing your wins with. That's where we're going to keep, connected in that WhatsApp chat. So yeah, we're really excited that you stepping into this journey. We're excited to see where you go, and we're here to cheer you on the way.
If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to type them in the chat for us, or you can always ask in the WhatsApp chat as things come up for you. And we're just so grateful that all of you have said yes to cleansing your body, your mind, and creating a new possibility for yourself for the rest of 2024. And it's going to be so much fun. And we're here for you along the journey of whatever comes up. And we just are very grateful and we appreciate each one of you.
Yes. And I just want to say that I know this is a really big ebook and it has a lot of information, which is why we have this call a few days before we get started. So you have time to grocery shop. You're going to get the ebook this afternoon, read it, print it if you want, download it to your iPad or your computer, like really become intentional with this. The new moon is tomorrow in Leo, and it's your time to shine. It's your time to set intentions, to go deeper into what it is that you want to do and create for yourself. And so it's just such a perfect timing to get started on this cleanse. And we are so excited to be here by your side and to be doing this with you. So let's see, the questions are starting to come in. Yes, Jane, I can talk about caffeine. So we want to cut out coffee from this program, or from our life for 30 days through this program, because coffee can be a form of suppressing our appetite and also giving us this quick jolt of energy that maybe feels good in the morning or in the moment, or we're like used to having that like high strong energy to like execute and get things done, or like it takes away the hunger. But really it's a mask and a band-aid that we don't realize sometimes we're using. And so coming off the cleanse, I definitely have the recommendation for you to be having coffee after meals or with meals. That's the custom in Europe, if you think about it, or in a lot of other cultures, it's to have coffee after your meals as a digestive aid, but not to be having coffee fasted or by itself. That's actually going to do the opposite of what we want. And it's going to wreak havoc on your stomach also. And it's acidic. So yes, you can add fats. Yes, you can make it bulletproof. Yes, you can add collagen. Yes, you can add all these things to your coffee, but really let's do that after the cleanse. Let's do a 30-day cleanse. That's the purpose. It's like we're changing our habits and what we're doing for 30 days, maybe some people for 50, and then we're going to slowly start reintroducing it. I don't recommend to go from 0 to 100. It's like that can be really stressful on your liver and on your organism. And honestly, through cleansing and fasting, I actually got off my coffee addiction. I will admit I was pretty addicted to coffee. I needed to have it with my coconut creamer every morning. And it taught me how to just wake up and create energy by connecting in nature, connecting with my body, stretching, breath work, doing all these other amazing exercises that actually give life and breathe life into our organisms versus taking from us. If you think about it, 1 cup of coffee actually dehydrates you 4 cups of water. It takes and pulls from your energy. So it may feel like it's something that like you're used to and you want, and it's super culturally desired upon, let's say, like in the work field, everyone's like running with their coffee in their hand. It's almost like I need to hold something in my hand, right? So it's like the same thing if you quit drinking and you go to a social place, just take a cup of water and like put a little bit of mint and lime in it and like be like, hey, how are you? It's like, you can swap it out for tea and give yourself the opportunity to detach from things that you are maybe kind of addicted to. I don't know how else to say, or like just something that maybe you feel like you absolutely need. It's like a pacifier. It's like we want to detach from any and all things in this life and really begin to rotate and like add things in, not because we think we need it, but because we're enjoying it. And you can bring coffee back into your life every 3-4 days, maybe have a cup here and there. But if you find yourself like constantly feeling like you need something, that already right there is going into addictive personality traits that we want to clear out. So that's my spiel on it. Black tea, I would replace it with caffeine free. Again, same thing with the caffeine. The complete ebook will be shared in the WhatsApp group. We will add it. And thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for your patience. We didn't know how long we would be on this call. We imagined between an hour to an hour and a half. There's so much to go over. And of course, if you have any other questions, please put them in the chat. We are in it with you. We will be there with you. We will have some giveaways for those that are really present and attentive with us. And we want your before and afters. Like we want to see your transformation. Take pictures, take measurements, like journal how you're feeling, journal your goals. Like this is the new moon energy. Like, let's go.
I recommend really taking tomorrow as your prep day. Set yourself up, tell your family that you're doing this cleanse and ask them, hey, do you want to be meal prepping with me? Do you want to be diving into these foods with me? But get support in your immediate circle and go grocery shopping. Stephanie is texting me that she has her pill box and she's like, I want to set myself up for supplements to take. So take a look at this tracker and just really focus on 10 days at a time. What am I going to do the first 10 days? When am I going to do my supplements? I find that I don't, you don't have to go as crazy as me with this giant box, but I got a pill box. I had a smaller pill box, but I upgraded to a tea box. I got it on Etsy and I put my supplements open like this because you want to make things accessible. Sometimes it's just the fact of unscrewing and screwing those bottle lids can be a hurdle. So how can you really set yourself up for success? Put them out on the counter where you're going to be remembering. And yeah, let's just access that chat and use it to support each other and share our wins and conquer any questions.
All right, guys, we will see you in the group chats and looking forward to seeing everyone's, I don't even know what the word is.
Transformation.
Growth, transformation, all of it. It's like an adventure. Like just we're all in this together. So it's like, let's see what happens and looking forward to starting on Monday.
Thank you, everyone. See you in the WhatsApp chat. We'll see you guys and all of your delicious food that you create. We can't wait.
Take pictures, tag us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.